Good afternoon, everybody. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. I just want to give you guys an update on this storm system. The European computer model has ran, but first I want to give you the current conditions and the location of our said storm. Right now, our storm is right there, sitting off the what's that? They're about Delmarva Peninsula area, and this is kind of showing us the direction that it's going to go in. And you see this line right there? That's pretty much where I think it's going to head in right now. So if that is the case, let's say I draw that line again. That was a horrible line. All right. If we have our storm system going here, that would mean all this is coming pretty much like that. So we'll have to keep an eye on that of that possibility. Some other features you're going to see here is right here we have high pressure definitely coming in right there. You know, you got your 1014, 10, what's that, 1018, I can't read it right now. Let me get that line out of there. 1016 and then 1018 high right there. You got your other low pressure up into the north of that said line. And you can see that right here. See, I'm looking at this. It appears this is kind of like this, like almost like a semi negative, I would call it. Actually, I wouldn't even draw it all the way down to there. That's what it looks like to me right now. That storm system, and it does appear that this low pressure is catching this storm system as well, and you can see that with this. So, with that being said, another feature you can see as well is the drier air trying to be thrown into the storm system here. So this is what it's looking like right now, and let's take a look at the 500 millibar. So here is the European computer model. And you can see our storm system moves up off the Delmarva Peninsula right here. Also, you can see that our high pressure system is moving out. And you can see that our high pressure is pretty much right here. Like I would say that line pretty much is high pressure, getting out of the area as the storm system moves forward. Move it back one frame. You know, you can see that high pressure is definitely moving out, and storm system's moving in. Now, one thing you're gonna notice, you got yourself some backside snow here. A little freezing rain, more mixed bag right in this area there, and then the rest is all rain. All right, so moving forward one more, and you know, it's here. So that storm system literally went from right around here Sorry, I'm trying to. Why is it not moving forward? Oh, it's because of that. Oh, that's kind of stupid. But anyways, that's a marker fail. But anyways, you get the idea. The storm system is moving from pretty much right in this vicinity here to here, almost on an east-northwest east track. Let me get that out of there. You know, and as it moves up, now this is suggesting that this is gonna be ice, or a mix of snow and rain for the Cape and the islands. I don't think that's gonna happen. Go a little further, and you can see our storm system is just pulling away. let's look at the levels of the atmosphere. And here we are at 700 millibars. This is about 12 hours out. Our storm system's moving up and moving out. And, it's got, like I said, this is the wild card. This is a real wild card. It's going to be this dry air from high pressure moving out. And I think that is the thing that's going to hinder this storm more than anything. Is going to be that dry air. And then, like I said, this is 700 millibars, and it's interesting because as soon as that dry air moves out, the moisture plume really develops nicely for the rest of New England. We'll have to see if that ends up being the case or not. But for our storm system, this is pretty much the moisture plume for it. All right, let's look at 850 millibars, and this is at 12 hours, storm system moves in, and this is a problem. And this is something I think the Euro is showing on the surface map. And I'll bring it back up here. This 18 hours, that's also 18 hours. Look, you got dry air all in here. This is all dry air. I just think that's just way too dry for anything to fall in the 850 millibar level. I think it would evaporate, if anything. And at the same hour, you can kind of see that it thinks the Euro also is suggesting the same thing right in that area. All right, so let's go to 925 millibars. And here we are. Let's see, this is at 12 hours. And look at all this dry. This is some really dry air. That's, that's like right around this area here. It's like 30 to like barely 50% humidity. And that's just not enough to make whatever falls down, make it to the ground. And then, at 18 hours, it does moisten up pretty good. And I think this is going to be a huge issue. And I think it is got a potential of being one of those, not going to happen kind of storms. All right, let's take a look at what the Euro says for snowfall. There you go. That's the Euro. The Euro's not doing much. Oops. Sorry about that, folks. And of course, this whole thing, I hate this thing sometimes. But anyways, so let's go to hour 12. See what I mean? Not showing much. Now, this is something, oh my Lord, I hate when this thing does this to me. Sorry about that. Again, this is an interesting scenario because there's a gap. There's a pretty big gap there, and I think the main reason why that happens is because the original storm is gonna transfer energy here, and then you got the other low pressure up there that's also transferring all its energy to this main low here. So I just find it hard to believe, all this snow that's back here that you see, all this is going to eventually just deteriorate. It's just going to deteriorate, right? But then the other storm system that's going to be developing here, I just think that even though that's deteriorating, I think this is just going to be right in this area here. I think that area is going to get more intensified snow, and you can see that perfectly with the European computer model here, showing the same exact thing. So I'm sticking with my guns for now, and I'm going to continually monitor the situation throughout the afternoon, evening, even in the overnight, and if anything changes, and with these hourly observations that come up from the Storm Prediction Center. We'll see what happens, but right now, I just don't agree with the Euro is saying here. I think it's way off. But let's take a look. I have not looked at the EPS yet, but let's see what that's suggesting. Here's the EPS. And, one thing I will say the EPS is different on, it does have at least an inch of snow coming all the way back into this area, but snubs everybody else. Nantucket, it looks like here about 2 to 3 inches of snow there. But look at this, like out here, you got your 3 to 5s way out here. It won't take much for it to come back. And listen, like, the best way I can describe when a storm like this is, redeveloping and then moving off like this. It's kind of like pin the donkey blindfolded. And you know what I mean? Like, it's very difficult to actually get a accurate portrayal on what can happen with the storm system. I do think that these accumulations are low. I think that it should be somewhere back in here, right in this area. I think those areas are going to be the best for 2 to 4 inches. I just think that these this model as well as the Euro, some of them are just really low. The next model that comes out is the NAM. I won't be posting again until possibly late tonight. We'll have to just, like I said, continually monitor the situation and see what end up being the outcome of this storm system. All right, that's the Euro, and everybody have a great rest of your day.